Coming up this week on the Double T Insider, we look back at Red Raiders soccer's first win in the NCAA Tournament. Double T Insider's Brett Brown has that story. Our Red Raider Spotlight feature of the week is redshirt sophomore Toddrick Gotcher. Find out who inspires Gotcher the most and what he must have before each basketball game. And later, we have a story on Texas Tech's Spirit organization that lead the fans during athletic events and other school functions. Find out more about Tech's Cheer and Pond Squad programs. All that and more coming up this week. Keep it locked right here. This is the Double T Insider. Welcome into a brand new edition of the Double T Insider. I'm Erica Taylor alongside Justin Vincent, bringing you our 10th episode of the fall season and, of course, new access into Texas Tech athletics.
Our first story is about Red Raider soccer's advancement in the NCAA Tournament. Double T Insider's Brett Brown has more on the Lady Raider victories.
History often repeats itself, and Red Raider soccer is proving it by making it back into the NCAA Tournament for the second time in school history. Last year, Texas Tech had a young team with players like Haley Hagsma, Victoria Essen, and Janine Becky giving star performances. Rather than looking back to the victories of last season, this year's team is focusing on what they can do to go even further in this year's tournament.
Well, we felt this last year because we got past the first round last year, but I think it's a little bit more special just because this team has been together longer, and we really wanted it this year for our seniors, especially because pretty much every goal that we had set for ourselves at the beginning of the season in some way, shape, or form had been taken away from us. So this is really our last chance to get what we want, and to getting the first round win is the first step in getting to our goal. So it's really exciting and we're really happy.
In the first round game against Minnesota, Texas Tech had a shutout performance, leaving the final score 3-0. Both the players and the coaching staff understand the challenge that tougher competition brings, and how their decisions greatly affect the game.
It's the NCAA tournament, and our players realize that a goal isn't going to decide a game. 2 goals wasn't going to decide the game. You literally have to put the other team away. And for us, the best plan, I thought, was to just keep attacking. That if we'd sat back and just gone into a defensive shell, as good as our defense is, that just wasn't the way to go. To keep them away from our back line, we had to keep going forward, and unfortunately, it resulted in the 3rd goal.
Similarly to last year, the first game for Texas Tech was hosted inside the John B. Walker Soccer Complex, marking it the last home game of the season. Playing in Lubbock for the last time gave the Red Raiders the energy and motivation they needed to win the match.
It feels amazing. I mean, we're not done. That was the number one thing. We're not going to lose on our home field. We're going to keep going and keep pushing, so it felt awesome.
We came off a loss at Oklahoma State and didn't want to get another one, quite frankly, and really thankful that the NCAA gave us the home game, because that gave us even more motivation to not lose our last game on our home field and focus on coming out of the gate fast, and we sure did that.
Though it may be a new year, one thing will always stay the same. Red Raider soccer fans packed the stands cheering for Texas Tech, which played a large role in their success on the field.
It's huge. We use their energy, and it helps us on the field, and it makes us go even harder. We want to show our fans how good we are, how great we can be, and I definitely think they're half of the reason why we did as well as we did tonight.
Exactly like Jess said, they help us get the win, and they've helped us get this record-setting season, and we're so thankful that this community has bought into this program, and they've had faith in us when we haven't showed them what they wanted to see, and they continue to have faith in us, and we're just happy that we can show them victory over victory, and we're can't say thank you enough to the fans.
Red Raider soccer is hoping to reach new heights and go further than teams in the past. But rather than repeating history, this year's team is making history for themselves. Reporting for the Double T Insider, I'm Brett Brown.
This week, we feature Texas Tech men's basketball guard Toddrick Gotcher in our Red Raider Spotlight. Check it out.
Toddrick Gotcher, redshirt sophomore, guard, Garland, Texas. Tech was the first school that really recruited me my freshman year out of high school, and it was a different coaching change, but I just loved the campus, the students, even the chancellor. He was just great, but it's just a great environment, and I love to play here. It's beyond what I thought it would be, like being on TV, ESPN the other day, this family just watching me. It's just a great experience for every college basketball player. Like, we love to play the game of basketball, and other people get to watch us. From the beginning, my mother taught me, well, get academics first. I know I came here for basketball, but I also want to get a high education so I can have a better life in the future. George Gotcher, Sr., my grandfather, he's a great man, and I look up to him since day one. It's his character, his demeanor, everything about him. He brought me to the man that I am today. I have Sour Patch watermelons. I have to have a pack before every game, and all the teammates know, so I have that every game. I'm more reserved. I'm more smooth. I call it smooth, just very low-key, and just I'm very quiet usually, but I have fun with my teammates, and they know that. So. We play pool, we play 2K. 2K14 is a good game that we play. I usually win, but it's lovely though. I'm really looking forward to Brooklyn. We're going to Brooklyn for the tournament, but also any conference game. I look forward to that one, playing, just trying to beat teams that we didn't surely beat last year, but ready for revenge. We just want to go game by game, one by one, and try to win every game. Put ourselves in position to win it in the beginning, but we, of course, want a Big 12 championship and go to the tournament.
Stay tuned. After the break, we're coming back with a story on the spirit leaders for Texas Tech athletics. And later, we go on the clock with Red Raider soccer player Paige Strahan. But first, here's your Texas Tech trivia question of the week.
Texas Tech cross-country runner Kennedy Kitheka has had a successful season going undefeated in his last 7 events. What is the average number of seconds Kennedy Kitheka has beaten the competition in races this season? Is it A, 12 seconds, B, 16 seconds, C, 20 seconds, or D, 24 seconds? The answer to the Texas Tech trivia question of the week will be coming up later in the show. Don't go away, because there's more Double T Insider coming up after the break.
This is you. You want to be a director in Hollywood? Maybe you want to capture someone's attention on a 30-second spot. Maybe you'd rather be a social media manager, or you want to sit behind the World News Desk. You can do that here at the College of Media and Communication at Texas Tech University with a degree in advertising, electronic media, journalism, media strategies, or public relations. From here, it's possible.
Welcome back to the Double T Insider. Get ready to meet the pep behind Texas Tech athletics. From chants to tryouts to national championships, Double T Insider's Kiera Powell has the scoop on the Texas Tech Spirit Squad.
No Tech athletic event is complete without these ladies and gentlemen pumping up the crowd and cheering on our team from the sidelines. When the teams aren't doing so well, it's hard to find positive words to say, but that's what makes the Spirit Squads even more important.
It is tough, but that's why we're here. We're here to keep the spirit alive and keep everyone positive even when times do get rough, because if the crowd's sitting down, the players just get all down, so it just gets worse and worse. So we have to remember to maintain like the positive vibe.
Not only like, when the team's doing good, but we're also there when they're doing bad. Sometimes fans, get a little restless, so we kind of try to make sure, get those spirits back going and hopefully get their support again once the football team is, down.
Before the Spirit Squad ever sees a sideline, there are tons of rehearsal and workouts to be done. On average, Spirit Squads spend about 2 hours in the gym 3 days a week and spend several other hours perfecting routines and cheers. Once every pyramid is precise and every move seamless, it's time to step out in front of the crowd.
It's unexplainable, and most of the time I have to remember to keep myself calm, or else I'm going to forget my emotions, because seeing like the crowd go wild and be so excited, I have to remember that I have to perform my role first, and so they can keep getting the full experience.
I believe it's a great experience, especially when you, as a male, when you're going out there right in front of the football team, running out those flags and knowing that football team is right behind you and feeling the energy of the whole stadium and your whole student body, supporting what you care about the most, which is Texas Tech spirit.
I definitely love the spirit at Texas Tech. I like that Lubbock is a small town that is circulated around the college and the spirit of the university. So that's definitely one of my favorite things about Tech. So being at the center of it just makes it even better. I love leading 65,000 people on game day. Like, there's no better feeling.
But performing in the Jones doesn't come without its challenges.
Being loud enough is definitely an issue. It's really hard to scream over so many people. So you just try your best, but that's definitely one of the hardest things about the Jones, I would say.
The challenge is just to make sure that we all kind of know what's going on. The communication with athletics and their marketing department to make sure that each of the scripts are going as is, and all the timeouts and all that. It's just trying to make that flow seamless as possible. So I would say that's probably the biggest challenge, just to make sure everything flows to where, maybe look a little crazy behind the scenes, but to the fans, it's the best experience they have each day.
Besides the normal challenges of pumping up massive crowds and maintaining high energy, the Spirit Squad spoke about a few challenges they face off the field, especially when it comes to common misconceptions.
Well, to me, being a male cheerleader, probably the athletic part. We actually work out a lot, like 3 times a week, and make sure we maintain a good fitness and good health. This way, we can perform a lot of the athletic things we need to do at games, such as pyramid stunts, tumbling, and not just that, probably the more masculine role of it. I believe that cheerleading has a misconception of not being masculine, or having a very strong presence, but it plays a big role in the sports world, I think.
Whatever challenge they face, they do so as a team. Through the time in the gym, on the sideline, or on the road, they are a unique family that works together to bring a little sunshine to the sidelines.
I definitely want them to think that we are a professional group and that we do add something to the game day experience. I think sometimes we get overlooked because of the football players and all of the other things that are going on in the field, but we put a lot of work into game day and we like some attention too. So but I definitely want fans to think that we're professional and that we're doing a good job at what we're doing and that they like what we're bringing to the game day experience.
Reporting for the Double T Insider, I'm Kiera Powell.
This week we went on the clock with junior forward Paige Strahan. See what dish she makes better than any of her teammates, and more. Check it out.
Double T Insider here, and we're about to go on the clock with Paige Strahan, a game where I give her 10 scenarios that she has to answer to the best of her ability, all within 60 seconds. All right, Paige, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, 60 seconds on the clock, please. A food or dish I can make better than any of my teammates is?
Baked ravioli.
Something I can't wait to cross off my bucket list is?
Skydiving.
The one thing I'll miss from my childhood is?
My dog.
If I had the choice to be invisible or read minds, I would pick?
Invisible.
My favorite TV show growing up was?
That's a Raven.
The one household chore I hate to do is?
Dishes.
A habit I would like to break is?
Saying
When I'm driving alone in my car, my favorite song to sing out loud is?
Katy Perry, Roar.
If I could speak another language, it would be?
French.
The last movie I saw that made me cry was?
The Notebook.
You're good? All right, congratulations, you beat the clock. For the Double T Insider, I'm Caitlin Kravick, and we just went on the clock with Paige Strahan.
We're coming back with our best tweets of the week right after the break. But first, let's eliminate an answer from the Texas Tech trivia question of the week.
It's time to eliminate an answer from the Texas Tech trivia question of the week. Earlier we asked, what is the average number of seconds Kennedy Kithica has beaten the competition in races this season? Your options were A, 12 seconds, B, 16 seconds, C, 20 seconds, or D, 24 seconds. The answer that is not correct is C, 20 seconds. The answer to the Texas Tech trivia question of the week will be revealed later in the show. Stay locked in, because after the break we'll be back with more of the Double T Insider.
This is you. You want to be a director in Hollywood? Maybe you want to capture someone's attention on a 30-second spot. Maybe you'd rather be a social media manager, or you want to sit behind the World News desk. You can do that here at the College of Media and Communication at Texas Tech University with a degree in advertising, electronic media, journalism, media strategies, or public relations. From here, it's possible.
Each week for the Double T Insider, we take the best tweets about Texas Tech athletics and air them on our show. This week we feature tweets from all around Tech athletics. Kirby Hocutt, the athletic director for Texas Tech, tweeted, "The John Walker Soccer Stadium was rocking tonight. Congratulations to Texas Tech Soccer for a great win." This week, everyone's talking about Justin Gray and Zach Smith, who both signed their letters of intent to play for Texas Tech men's basketball next year. Adam Bailey, a Tech graduate, tweeted, "Justin Gray, Raider Nation welcomes you. Can't wait to see you dominate on the hardwood." Ryan Kravick, a current high school senior and future Red Raider, tweeted, "Congrats to Zach Smith on signing. Lubbock is going to be #Lob City the next 4 years. #Wreck 'em." Lastly, Bretton Drown, a Texas Tech Assistant Athletic Director of Communications, tweeted, "Senior Kennedy Kithica has been named the Mountain Region Male Athlete of the Year. #Wreck 'em." Check back next week for more DTI tweet picks, where your tweet could be the chosen one.
Grab a pen and pad and get ready to take notes. Here's a preview of what's on the schedule for Texas Tech athletics.
On Monday, Texas Tech men's basketball will be battling Pittsburgh and Brooklyn, New York as part of the Legends Classic basketball tournament. Tip-off is set for 6:30 p.m. Men's basketball will either play Houston or Stanford to finish up their tournament on Tuesday. Tip-off time is yet to be announced. What would be a better way to celebrate Thanksgiving than watching some Texas Tech football? On Thursday, the Red Raiders will be playing their last game of the season against UT and Austin. Kickoff is set for 6:30 p.m.
Friday is a jam-packed day for Texas Tech athletics. Women's basketball starts off the day in Brooklyn, New York against Michigan as part of the Barclays Center Women's Invitational. Tip-off is scheduled for 9:30 a.m. Later, Texas Tech men's basketball is back home from Brooklyn, facing UTSA inside the United Spirit Arena. Tip-off is set for 7 p.m. Capping off the week, Red Raider volleyball is up against TCU in the USA on Saturday. First set is scheduled for 3 p.m. Women's basketball will finish up in Brooklyn on Saturday, where they'll play against LSU or Rutgers. Tip-off time is yet to be announced.
And finally, here's your answer to the Texas Tech trivia question of the week.
It's time to reveal the answer to the Texas Tech Trivia question of the week. Earlier we asked, what is the average number of seconds Kennedy Kithica has beaten the competition in races this season? Your options were A, 12 seconds, B, 16 seconds, or D, 24 seconds. The correct answer is B, 16 seconds. In Kennedy Kithica's last 7 cross-country events, his average time he has beaten his competition by has been 16 seconds. This has been your Texas Tech Trivia question of the week. If you didn't get this week's question right, don't you worry. Next week we'll be back with more Texas Tech Trivia, along with another edition of the Double T Insider.
Well, that's a wrap for this week's episode of the Double T Insider. Be sure to tune in next week for our final episode of the fall season, featuring all of our best stories.
And as always, be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram, and search Double T Insider on YouTube to watch all of our episodes. For Erica Taylor, I'm Justin Vincent. Have a great week, everyone.